Well, when we started, we was kind of influenced by a lot of bands, a lot of guitar bands, Pixies, Clash, Libertines, Gang of Four. We did get compared to those bands, even though we was doing it in our own way and we had our own ideas and stuff. But we've kind of moved away from that. It's more musical, a little bit more subtle. It's more, the songs are a little bit deeper, more personal. It's a little bit more passion to it and less shouting. It's more kind of. What can I say? It's a little bit more popular, but it's not what I wasn't aiming for it to be popular. I just wanted it to be kind of the kind of effect, the music to kind of touch you a little bit deeper than kind of just get you shouting and jumping up and down. I wanted it to kind of make you sit and think, maybe listen to the lyrics in your bedroom. I always like it if people point out lyrics to me, because these have actually sat and listened to the song. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm just.
I think personally though, Me personally, I'm a massive head of people hearing lyrics, right? Not a massive head. No.
I'm a massive head of people.
No.
You mean you like?
No, especially your lyrics. I'm always saying, like, listen to the lyrics, right? Listen to the actual what it's about. Don't listen to the actual music. Just take time and listen to the actual lyrics themselves. And that's what people have done, like that and Shot Blues. To me, it's better than Easy Blyton.
It's not that we work massively hard with it. I just think other bands don't. I just think other bands don't really care. And they'll sing about getting off the girls in nightclubs till the cows come home. That's all. As long as they've got something for a poppy tune or a dance beat people to jump around to, I think that's enough. A lot depends on what happens to this album, because we can't keep doing this forever. I mean, you people watching this need to buy the album and tell your friends to buy the album. So we got starving kids to feed. I mean, we got bills to pay. Sooner or later, we're going to have to. Go and get proper jobs with shirt and ties and that.
This is my.
One second. But if we do get the chance, and I really hope that we can go on and make the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th album. I mean, there's so many things I want to do. I'd like to go darker, darker than Shot Local was, and get and make a more an album that comes out of the rehearsal room rather than out of the bedroom. So rather than me walking in with a song, I'd rather say, right, let's jam something out, even if it ends up sounding like the Verve or the Doors. Something that's a lot more kind of organic for what the band are about.
If you compare Shot Local to what we've done now, right, and to me it's sort of like it's a lot more fucking there than what Shot Local was. Shot Local's like a fucking raw tainted album, innit? Do you know what I mean? Where you bang it on and you go, oh fucking hell. But this, it's sort of like
it gets a much bigger, more accomplished sound.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously there's keyboards, synths involved. It's a little bit more sophisticated. Shot Local was kind of just a bit rough and ready, and
I can't wait to get it out.
There was no choruses in Shot Local. We weren't thinking about making like songs that people can sing. We was thinking about just getting a load of ideas down and doing it with a bit of kind of fire to it. You know? Make it sound dark, nasty, but also making people think.
I think personally, it's hard for a band, a decent band, to come out of a little town like Cleethorpes and Grimsby to come to a big city and make a big statement sort of thing.
I mean, in a big city like this, you grow up and you meet all the musicians, and there's kind of a scene there, and you just form part of it. But if you're an outsider, you have to kind of, I mean, you have to be somewhere like Manchester or Glasgow, London, where there's any kind of exposure to be had. And so you have to work a little bit harder to kind of get into that kind of clique or that circle.
When we first moved in, I always remember it, when we first moved in, we was like, what we found was acknowledging bands was not a thing to do, right? We'd come here, and if we see a good band, we'd be like, oh yeah, I tell you what, you're good, you right? And bands would be stood there, kids in bands, they know you're alright, but they won't give you the time of day to turn around and say,
it's dead competitive,
it was really clicky. Until we started like getting our head about going to parties, people was like warming to us and stuff like that, and that's what you find, and that's the beauty coming from a little town like Cleethorpes, where you're not known to anything like this. You're not actually straight away warped into the fucking Manchester thing. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, like, because there's not much to do there, we spent a lot of time writing songs. You can finish that. Spent a lot of time sat in the rooms writing the songs with nothing else to do. Whereas a lot of people in maybe a big city spent a lot of time kind of in the clubs networking. And we didn't do any of that. So we just, I think it was more kind of.
You meet characters
more about the
music,
music,
but
we've got no kind of heritage behind us. You know, like a Manchester band can kind of, they're almost like walking in the footsteps of like the Roses and the Smiths and that. Whereas we're kind of, people are like, well, Cleethorpes, what's that about? It's a seaside.
People don't even know where it is.
They kind of can't understand the idea that you could have a rock and roll band from Cleethorpes. I kind of warmed back to the place because I lived in Manchester for 4.5 years. Because I just hated Cleethorpes, I wanted to get out of it, it's a dead end town. Then I moved back there recently,
loving it,
and not loving it, but I see it in a completely different light, different perspective. And there's a lot of character to the place and parts of it, like the old run-down arcades and that. And it's all like stuck in the past.
Savoy.
Especially in the winter when there's no one there, it's quite ghostly. Or the Heartbreaks will mention that as well about Morecambe. But there's something about all seaside towns.
In the summer, it's bustling. Winter, don't see no one, and it's sort of like, why do I live here?
Oh, I like it better in the winter.
When people dive on stage, and people like afterwards, people turn around and say, "Did you mind that? Did you mind that?" And I'm like, at the end of the day, none of us mind, because it's. My motto is, right, you're playing to a crowd, right, and if you've paid to get in a venue to watch a band, right, and if you can't go on the stage and enjoy yourself, and if like me and him was to turn around and go, what the fucking hell was you doing on stage? Bollocks. That is the crowd are part of Orphan Boy, and that's what it is for me. It's not just a free piece, it's like a free piece on the crowd. If you're up for it, and you know what I mean, you want to get involved, then get involved.
To me, like, Orphan Boy fans, or the Orphanites, as opposed to like Oasis fans or something, are just some of the best music fans you'll ever find, because they've not had any of this pushed in their faces on daytime TV or in magazines or anything. They've had to discover it for themselves, and they genuinely like care about the music. If we didn't have like the small little cult fan base that we've had over years, it would have been kind of a really depressing experience, the whole thing, because it would have felt like for all the work we'd put in and all the great things we think we've done, it wouldn't really have registered with anybody, but it has on a really small level, like, and just other bands that we've kind of formed alliances with on the way, and the kind of fans that just turn up at gigs in the middle of nowhere, like, I don't know, was doing a gig in, I don't know, Barnoldswick or something, and someone you know turns up. It does mean a lot to you. I think we are kind of generally a really great band that people can believe in, the kind of band that you can sit in your bedroom listening to the records and thinking about lyrics and finding new things in the songs again and again. And I think it feels kind of more special to them because it's never really broken through as yet, and so that it's kind of they're part of it without having to, as opposed to like a big band that have broken through quite early and you're always kind of distant from it. You're always kind of one little head in a massive crowd of people. So to them it feels a little bit special because they're friends with us. They kind of get that we know them on a personal level. They can do, a lot of them do favours for us in that as well, which is at this level you need people to do favours, even just like lending you a bit of equipment or kind of filming a gig for you or something like that. So, or driving into a gig or something. It's always these little things that you'd be fucked without, basically.